Grand opening, grand closing.
Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend these YouTube streets, Puerto77. Hey, it's Happy Friday. Boy, who's gonna get into some good gaming this weekend? Super Bowl weekend. Hey, just have a great time this weekend wherever you're at. Stay safe, enjoy it. You deserve it, right? I'm gonna have to buy HellDivers too, man. Like, it looked cool, whatever, but the actual gameplay, like people playing it and posting it on Twitter, and it looks fun. It is Starship Troopers, right? And for those of us that grew up around it, they saw the movie, but it's incredible. I mean, let me show you. Let me scroll through the screen. Look at some of this, man. Look what some of the stuff they put on Twitter, man. And this one's courtesy of Yo Song-nu. And it's just going around squashing bugs, hooking up with your teammates. Yo, what is this one? Siege with the turrets. You know what's cool about this? This is all co-op. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate. You don't have to worry about cheaters for Cronus trying to get kill death ratios. Ooh. Like this is becoming this is a decent hit, and I haven't seen a PlayStation exclusive. This was how originally it was. Orbital strike, mission complete. Man, look at this. People are just having absolutely fun with this game, man. Like now I'm getting a case of FOMO up in here, bro. Like for real. Like yo. Like you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is like this wasn't even one of the games I was hyping, man, right? Because early in the year I said, Final Fantasy, I downloaded a demo. We'll talk about that. Grand Blue, oh my god, I can't even remember the game now. This game got me all fucked up right now. Grand Blue Fantasy, Relink. Oh shit, that's what I'm about to play. But I'm right now. I'm about to shelve this game to the side and buy in the HellDivers. Oh man, this looks really good. Like yo, this is crazy. Like, wow, this looks really good. It looks really fun. Oh shit, Morgan Kynes, your favorite Xbox ambassador. She's out there. She's out there with the flamethrower. Oh man. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I think I'm gonna have to put Grand Blue Fantasy in the shelf for a bit. And then I'm playing the Final Fantasy demo. Let me ask y'all this: for those of you who play the Final Fantasy demo, did you spend a little bit too much time on the piano? You know what I mean? Am I the only one? I think I spent a bit more time on the piano than I should have. I was trying to learn how to play the Interstellar theme song. You want to talk about the yo, it's crazy. I can't be the only one. I know y'all stood at that piano a little bit longer than what you should have, right? Oh, and stuff like that. But it's funny how things are turning out, because it's turning out exactly what I said. PlayStation's doing what it's always done with every PlayStation, which is why people buy it. Sony, PlayStation tries to bring the exclusives, and again, they're not going to get it right all the time. Some are going to flop. Foam stars. Apparently, people don't want to skeet wars all over each other. And then some are going to be hits. Some are going to have great single players, JRPGs, whatever. But it's the breadth of catalog and capabilities, whether it's first party, second party, third party, however they do it, they try to bring content, exclusive content to the platform you choose to play on. And now more than ever, that's not an argument. Cannot argue that point no more, because we've seen what's going on in the Xbox community, which we're going to talk in a few minutes about there. But this, yeah, I think I'm going to hop on. I'm going to hit people up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the plug because it's just too much fun. I don't want to be alone. No, but anyway, yeah, a lot of gaming. Grand Blue Fantasy. This now. Final Fantasy in about, what, 2 weeks? 2-3 weeks. Rise of Ronin in March. The Fantasy, I forgot the name, but that VR that kind of looks like Skyrim in a way, or Avowed, but the VR version, looking at that, man, people saying that PlayStation has no games. Just this is overdoing it. You're gonna be broke. We're gonna be broke. I haven't even touched the $10 upgrade for The Last of Us 2 yet, so I haven't even tried, any of it yet. It's crazy. And I still got my VR. Oh man, it's stressing me out, bro. Oh, I can't wait till I'm done with college. 3 more classes and I get my bachelor's. That shit's taking up mad time. All right. Anyway, next topic, right? Come on now. Let's not lie. This right here is a reality. People swear Xbox is Godzilla. Nah, you Geico the Gecko, bro. Xbox Geico the Gecko is out here selling car insurance to everybody, trying to save somebody 15%. Okay? Let's not lie to ourselves. Here, this you're gonna get the full screen from you in this one right here. This is what I don't understand, and I need y'all. I don't understand the Xbox community, and I'm not even talking fanboys. I'm talking all of y'all now. This is everybody. Check this. This week, you guys showed your true self. My dad told me in Spanish, and it's something you probably heard this before in one phrase or another, but he always says that a man will always tell the truth when he's drunk or when he's about to die. That's when you get some truth. A man will always tell you the truth when he's drunk or about to die. So in this case, Xbox community is telling the truth, because in their eyes, they're about to see their favorite brand die. So now we're saying the truth. Now we're saying consoles matter, and the console needs exclusives. And Microsoft needs to use those exclusives to grow the brand, and by growing the brand, they mean get consoles into more people's homes. Now, why I agree that that's your truth, I know that's your truth. You are now speaking truth. Consoles matter. Console sales matters. Game sales matter. You guys, all that matters. You're speaking your truth, and there's no taking it back now. This, right, the fear of Xbox putting all their games on PlayStation, you see that as the end, and you're afraid, and you're preaching your truth, and you're seeing the true people that come out. A lot of snakes in your community. You can easily see the people that just love the Xbox for the engagement, for the super chats, for the memberships and all that shit. They didn't really believe in all that bullshit. So the truth is coming out, is tearing that community apart. Here's where I'm confused. You want Microsoft to do something that you all declared is a failed strategy, which is worrying about hardware sales and game sales on hardware. Because you guys says Sony can't do it. And that is unsustainable. Now keep in mind, when you talk hardware and game sales, PlayStation's at the top of that discussion. They always sell, except for one time, which was the PlayStation 3, their home consoles sell 100+ million. Not even Nintendo can claim that. That's pretty much a PlayStation thing. And the one time PlayStation didn't do it, which was the PlayStation 3, it still sold 80+ million. So at its worst for consoles, home consoles, 80+ million. That's failure in the eyes of PlayStation. success is always 100 plus million. And then you got first party games that sell 10 million plus just on the console. Just on the console, 10 million plus. At times 15 million plus, even 20 million plus on just the console alone, not including PC sales, whatever. And y'all consider that failure. That's failure. Unsustainable. So what the hell is Xbox going to do when they can't even sell 100 million consoles? And the games don't sell, first party games don't sell 10 plus million on just the Xbox console. So tell me how's that successful? Or was that just more bullshit that you guys preach for years? You're going to have to say that too, because the truth is coming out. Console sales matter, game sales matter, all that stuff matters. But we got to say, is Sony strategy still unsustainable? Or were you guys just bullshit and full of shit? And see, and that's why your brand is failing. That's exactly why. Because you guys were not honest. You guys prioritized bullshit topics, bullshit conversations on Twitter, on your channels, all over. And that shit didn't help the Xbox. You guys tried to create this fake world because it emotionally made you feel good. But it didn't do nothing in reality. It did nothing. You didn't accept reality. You didn't preach the truth. Right? Truth was, if you truly cared about Xbox, you were supposed to give props to PlayStation. So that way, Xbox has an idea. You can't go, oh yeah, Sony's failing. Oh yeah, that's unsustainable, whatever. If selling 100 plus million consoles and having first party exclusives that sells 10 million plus is failure, then Microsoft's gonna be like, well, fuck that then. Because we can't even do that. Xbox can't even do that. Xbox can't even sell 100 million. Most games don't sell 10 plus million on just a console. So obviously that's not gonna work. But that's what you want them to do. You want them to adopt a failed strategy, unless it's not a failed strategy. And you guys was just bullshitting because what was more important to you was your ego. Your ego. You guys were actually fighting the console war. See, I'm having fun talking shit. But when shit gets real, I'm always going to go with the real side. I'm always going to go with the truth. That's why I always be whooping people's ass in debates. Because people think my fanboyism of me chilling, partying, shooting the shit, that when I have an actual debate with someone, that my fanboyism is going to turn on. No. The secret to my success in whooping your asses was I turned the switch off. There's a time and place. There's a time and place to entertain, to have fun, to talk shit. But when people want to have the conversation, the fanboy light turns off and Professor Porterock comes on front and stage. And you get nothing but the truth. You get nothing but the facts. People confuse the entertainment and the shit talking and having fun with actual real nuances. And then when I go on the mic, live on the air, they're confused. Yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass on the mic. Yeah, I'm whooping your ass. Don't let the entertainment shit talking fool you. In the ring, I will bust your shit. Because the fanboy shit turns off. Click. Professor, click, comes front and center with the facts, with the data, the truth. And I don't give a shit. That's the real power I have. I don't give a shit if the truth makes PlayStation look bad. It's the truth. And that's when you realize y'all really lost. The truth is the truth. You can't beat the facts. Even if it makes your favorite brand look bad, you're going to have to accept it. You're going to have to accept some facts. And your guys are tearing each other up. Like Tim Dog. Tim Dog's a good dude, but he is a true fanboy. He is a true fanboy, and he is unapologetic about it. He is a fanboy that doesn't give a shit about being known as a fanboy. It doesn't bother him. He rocks and fucks with the Xbox brand. That is his bread and butter. From to hell and back, he is with that brand. His disappointment of the brand was just simply they weren't honest about it. That's really the problem he had. If they were more open and direct, he most likely wouldn't have a problem because they're telling them the truth. He just felt that they lied to the fan base, and that's where he draws the line, especially when the fan base put up with so much. He feels the fan base doesn't deserve to be lied to and just cast aside. They should have been upfront. In his eyes, he felt the ABK deal and the Bethesda deal was being done to finally put the brand and get the titles, get the IPs to put it up front. And they alluded to that with little things like, oh, it's a case-by-case basis, blah, blah, blah. So he honestly felt, yes, they are doing this for the brand to make it better, to make it bigger. And now to see the games go to PlayStation, and in his mind he's thinking, did they always have this? To him, it was a lie. It was never meant for them. So that's why he's pissed. And then you got a Snakes and Xbox community that tearing each other apart. Because there was no unity. There was no unity. There was no community. There was none of that. You probably have your little pocket of community, but that's all you got. The larger whole. And I told ya, some of those dudes on Xbox sides don't even actually play fucking Xbox. I exposed them dudes. I even exposed some of your ambassadors. Exposed. They even said the words on their own Twitter. Oh, I don't really play Xbox. I watch my boyfriend play Xbox. I'm like, so you admitted you don't play Xbox. You admitted you don't play the games. You said it out of your own mouth. I even said in this community, even on PlayStation, it doesn't matter. You have dudes using gaming, trying to get the community, trying to get into the industry, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get their foot in so they can pad their resume and use it to get into the real industry they want to, whether it's music, movies, screenwriting, all that stuff. Gaming is just a gateway. They don't give a shit. They don't play the games. They don't give a damn. They're just lying to you on Twitter, be all positivity. Using y'all for a resume write-up, for experience, until they leave. Hell, what is it, Anlam Sessler? That was shocking. And he clearly did that. And he played it good because he played that role for decades. And then he was just done playing the role. He says, man, I'm not a gamer. I just did this shit for whatever. Fuck y'all. Y'all the weirdest dudes ever. I was like, yo, he suckered us for years. Even on live TV, he played it good, bro. People were begging him to come back just because they needed a true gamer back. And he suckered us. Suckered me. I didn't see that coming. Crazy. Monday, in a couple of days, two big things, at least in America, is going to happen. One is global, the Xbox. Monday, Decision Global. Sunday, the Super Bowl primary American, right? It's going to be a big weekend, right? But Monday, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. So what do I predict for Monday? I'm going to say it again. I think Microsoft will talk about the expansion of their first-party software onto other platforms, and PlayStation, Nintendo will be included. Now, they're probably going to massage what game, whatever. They're not going to give the details. But in my opinion, what game goes to our platform, this could be one, is the platform capable to have it. In this case, the first Nintendo. Because Hi-Fi Rush, yeah, that could be on the Switch. But Starfield, clearly not. Right? So that's one navigation. The right game for the right platform based on the hardware. That's number one. Number two, the resource management of people and time. Bethesda, ZeniMax, and Activision, they can do day and date on PlayStation and Nintendo because that's literally who they are. They've always been that way. They have the talent. They already have the operating procedures. They know how to do that. That's nothing new to them. Being day one multiplayer across all platforms, that's nothing to them. Been there, done that. So those, yeah, I can see at a certain point, Elder Scrolls will be day one on PlayStation. Fallout, the next Fallout, day one on PlayStation. And Bethesda will have no problems with that. Obviously, we already see Activision, Call of Duty, any new game. Diablo 5, Overwatch 3, that's nothing. Day one. Easy for them. But it's the other studios that don't have the experience. And I don't mean like individually, because you'll have developers that worked on PlayStation, Nintendo games, right? But as a studio, like, 343, they never made a PlayStation game as a studio. So they probably don't even have the kits, the APIs. They don't have anything. So they have to get all that. And even if they did have all that, do they have the time to build Xbox, PC, and PlayStation version of the game, and maybe the Switch game? They probably don't have the time. So they're probably just going to focus on Xbox, PC first, and then release PlayStation, Nintendo later. And that applies to 343, Turn 10, who else? Coalition, maybe Ninja Theory, right? Ninja Theory will be the same way. The guys who make Forza Horizon games, the team that's making Fable, all those other studios, the rest of them, Xbox, PC first, and once that's all fleshed out, port the PlayStation, Nintendo later, right? So the game come out a year later or even 2 years later. But those that can do day and date will do day and date. Those that can't, that's my prediction. Those that can will. Those that can't, you're going to have to wait a year because they don't have the resources. And I don't think Microsoft is going to invest resources to make the teams bigger just for PlayStation, Nintendo. It's probably not there yet, unless they can see the advantage of doing that. But that's my thing. So that's one main thing, But what if that doesn't happen, Porter Rock, right? What happens if that doesn't happen, right? I'm going to be fair. Let's critically think this. Could something else happen on Monday? And I think absolutely. I think Monday we could gotten this all wrong, which is going to be insane because, oh my God, the amount of videos that's going to be made on me is fucking going to be insane if this doesn't happen. If an alternate scenario happens, oh my God, like, woo, going to take my licks, right? But there is one thing. It could be that some of this information was pushed out there to make the waves, to get the community upset, afraid, have, everyone from media to everything worrying about that this is the end of Xbox, and just put so many people in a desperate situation that they wish anything else would happen but this. And then that's where Microsoft would reveal the games aren't going to PlayStation, other than what's already committed. So yeah, relax. And then everybody's like, oh, thank God. Oh my God. And people will cry and people will be like, yes. And then the people who say, yeah, that's okay. They could tell the two truths, like, oh, thank God, I didn't really want it to happen. All that shit. Right. And once everybody's relieved, the relief sets in, then Michael will say, but we have to do things different in terms of our operations, such as we're no longer going to offer day and date on all exclusives. Only certain exclusives will be day and date on Game Pass. And it's going to be a different tier. So it's not $15 a month. It's $25 a month. So if you want day and date games, it's $25 a month. The $15 a month is just a normal tier now where you get to play library Game Pass games, but you have to wait a while, no sooner than a year to play it. So you have to wait a year to play these big exclusives. If you pay the $25 tier, I'm just making the prices just for the sake of conversation. If you pay the $25 a month, you'll play certain titles, right? But it's only a certain select titles. Like, for example, Call of Duty will not be part of the day and date games, and certain Bethesda games will not be part. Like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, they will not be part of the day and date program. So they could do that, right? That's something that. Now, a lot of people be pissed, but it won't be as pissed as what people assumed, okay? They'll also say we're dropping the Xbox name, and we're saying it's called Microsoft Gaming, so that way all platforms are more unified, I guess, or not more unified, just more inclusive, so that way there's no confusion of what's a gaming machine. Microsoft Gaming. So now it's Microsoft Gaming. When you think about it, the word Microsoft is a more recognizable brand than Xbox around the world. Okay, Xbox clearly is recognizable in the US, but maybe not so much in the world, and it could have negative connotations. Like when you say Xbox in Japan versus Microsoft, does it have a different meaning? For those of you living in Japan, I mean, I lived in Japan for a little bit, but this was, my God, 2009, 2007. When did I leave? 2009, and I left in 2012. I was living in Okinawa. I never really talked about that, right? Hell, I didn't even do YouTube content, so it never came up to that. But for those of you there now, Is there a difference between the word Microsoft and Xbox? How about Europe? The brand name of Microsoft versus the brand name of Xbox. Microsoft Gaming versus Xbox Gaming. So that could be a potential. That could really be a potential. So we'll see. But I think it's not that. I think that it is going to be putting games on PlayStation. And I hear some saying that why Microsoft didn't at least try, just see what would happen over the next 2-3 years with these exclusives. And I will tell you, that's not how. Let me explain it this way. I'm going to use this in the military terms, because I guarantee it's not too far different in corporate. So in the military, especially in the Marines, we use this term called course of action, COA, course of action. It's a course of action to a problem or to a situation, and this is the scenario, and this is the solution we present it to our commanding officers or the OICs, whatever. We usually present them at least 3 COAs. We tell the colonel, lieutenant colonel, tell the commanding general, sir, ma'am, these are the 3 recommended COAs. COA 1, blah, 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 blah. Or COA 2, blah, blah, blah. Or COA 3, blah, blah, blah. Normally COA 3 is like what we call the throwaway COA. Like we really don't mean it but just in case, right? Usually COA 1 and 2 is what we're really looking at. But it's a deliberate plan to resolve something with the answers. Okay? Let's just see how things play out, or hope is not a COA. There's a phrase that we use. Hope is not a COA. It's not deliberate. Saying let's just see how things play out is not a deliberate plan. You have to tell people, especially I would imagine a boardroom, a deliberate plan. Like if the plan is to sell to sell console through exclusives, then it has to be a deliberate decision. That's something you have to tell the board, convince them, strategize, and tell them how it would happen. Going to the board and says, you know what, let's just wait a bit, release the games and see how the public reacts. That's not a plan. That's not something you could tell people that. They're going to fire you. Hope is not a COA. Hope is not a COA. Don't just sit around, wait. If the plan is to sell consoles, then lay out the plan. Because it's more than just sitting around and waiting. You have to market the products. And what regions you're marketing in. How apt is the region, that you're trying to reach? There's so much discussions on that. It's not just simply make the game and, Jesus take the wheel. No. It's a deliberate plan. So if the plan is to sell consoles, then you have to state a deliberate plan. But here's the problem. The console's been failing for the last 10 years. And think about this. You just had Starfield, which is supposed to be the big gun, and it did nothing. Starfield did nothing, right? And I'm saying one game on its own is not supposed to save the day, but at least it's supposed to move the needle. Like do something, a little tiny spark. I don't think even at that. I think it farted along with Forza. It just fell. It's just nasty shit. It was them silent farts. It wasn't even the wet ones. Oh man. Listen. Xbox community. Here's the real problem with you guys. You guys are tearing your hair out of your heads. You're ripping each other apart simply because you're confused on what's going on. You don't understand what's going on, and you hate what's going on. And it's all because you guys simply won't admit that the Xbox console failed this gen. That's it. It's easy. This is not a surprise to me. Come Monday, if they announce all these games on PlayStation, of course I'm going to talk my shit, have fun, whatever. But it's not a surprise. What do you think was going to happen when you had an entire failed gen of the eighth generation gaming failed, Xbox One failed, and so far Xbox currently is a failure. It's not doing anything. All the stuff you guys are doing, making stuff up, twisting words, just living in your own world. When you look at the facts, the console is hardly selling. The games ain't blockbuster games, right? Sure, it's selling better overall, but that's primarily because of PC and the Steam gamers don't really mess with Game Pass that much. So really the Steam gamers are saving your asses to even be for some games anyway, right? But in totality, what is Xbox doing that makes y'all think it's successful? Not doing anything. In fact, the number one metric that you would think that Microsoft put at the forefront, Game Pass, you would think they would keep that like every month. Hey, we gained X amount of subscribers, like consistently, because that's really the only thing left. And Microsoft doesn't even do that anymore. You don't even get Game Pass updates on subscribers. Like how well did Game Pass do over the last year with Hi-Fi Rush? Redfall probably messed things up, but with Starfield and Forza. How did, Game Pass do with the $150 Xbox Series S being sold? The $350 Xbox Series X being sold? How did you do? They didn't mention nothing. They just had their numbers. They did not mention Game Pass. They did not mention how much increase in Game Pass. Bro, Xbox failed. Accept it. Say to yourself, look at your console. You can still enjoy it. You can still love it. I enjoyed the Dreamcast. Loved the Dreamcast. Absolutely loved it. But it failed. Which is why it's not that confusing on why they stopped making it and why Sega went third party. Most of their products failed, and I'm a Sega dude. But I understand why they failed. Because you first have to accept the product failed. You can still love it. You can still enjoy it because it is still an opinion in terms of the content. It's all opinionated. You can enjoy the content. But as far as business decision, it failed. So they got to make a new decision. And they're going to make it quick. And hope is not a COA. They're not going to sit, wait, and see what happens over the next 3 years. That could potentially result in billions and billions of dollars lost when they already invested 70 to 100 billion. Hope is not a COA. It's the only friend is YouTube Streets Portorock77. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Enjoy this weekend. If you enjoy American football, have fun. Monday's going to be huge. Might even go live Monday. We'll see. But until then, yeah, time to hop out. Time to purchase HellDivers. I'm gonna get it. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Grand opening, grand closing.